Hello everybody and welcome back to more of the Agent series where we just finished Bel Savis.
This is Cipher 9 to headquarters. Stand by for databank upload.
Watcher 3 here, standing by.
I have no loyalty to my former masters, and I will transmit my information, but the result will not save you. They planted me in Bel Savis as a guardian, not as a collector of their secrets.
You were built by them, weren't you?
Assembled from machines beyond your comprehension and embedded with heuristic techniques. After approximately 150 years of service as a mindless droid, I acquired true sentience. No memory wipe commenced.
I'm receiving, sir. The data formatting is unusual, but I found a log. Visitations to the Mega Security Ward. Technology inventories. Not much on its own, but it could be a way to verify or disprove anything else we've learned.
Cipher, something hit us from the docking bay.
I shall observe your investigation with interest.
Bastards are shooting at me from the docking bay. So there's a lot that we have to talk about from the previous episode, and we'll try to do that in this episode regarding everything that happened at the end, where we learned that the universe isn't necessarily what it appears to be, and that we're going to have to deal with the consequences of that, really.
I am Pashan Cortes, scion of House Cortes and heir to Baron Payer, sword of the castle lands of Alderaan.
Passion?
I seek vengeance. You are responsible for my house's ruin. You, who pretended to be our ally.
I've been to Alderaan, but I never knew a Pashan Cortes.
No, I was away when you infiltrated my father's circle. Perhaps that saved my life.
Passion, we knew your house. What happened was a tragedy, but your mother betrayed the Empire. Your father took responsibility.
I won't hear about noble obligation from a joiner. You almost got away, but a friend told me how to find you. Now you die.
Remember whatever happened on Alderaan? The whole thing with the Cortes being a traitor and giving us up to this other dude, and then when we confronted her about it, her husband accepted the responsibility and killed her, and then we told him, okay, everything's cool now, we're gonna save you from the Killix. That's what this is about.
Your crimes are many, and your victims are gathering. We know your name, and we will come.
Isn't that sweet?
Sir, scanner's picked up blaster fire. Is everything alright?
Run a security sweep as a precaution, but I think the danger has passed.
I'm terribly sorry about this. I should have stationed someone in your hangar.
Shallow breathing.
Anything in particular you want done with him?
No need for a diplomatic incident. Treat his wounds and put him on the next shuttle to House Thule.
Yes, sir. Yes, of course.
The best spy I ever knew lost his anonymity at his daughter's wedding. A holocam caught him by accident. He was dead a week later. We counted 42 suspects. We'd better find your enemies soon.
Not really sure what that means, Dr. Loken, but whatever, old senile guy, we'll accept your words of wisdom, I guess. Now, we get to actually move on with our lives.
Oh, Cipher. Station security reported what happened. The conspirators know who you are. They must have your full record. And they're recruiting your enemies.
People I've already beaten are the least of my worries.
Maybe. We'll try to run damage control, but Hold on. Transferring you to Keeper.
Apologies for the interruption, but we have a new lead. Watchers 6, 7, and 9 have been searching HoloNet records for conspirator activity. 3 billion lines of communication routing sequences and credit transfer verifications. They found traces of a holoconference held 6 months ago between Hunter and parties unknown.
3 billion lines is a lot to sort through.
They see the patterns better than I do. Unfortunately, this is only a record of the call, not the call itself. Even the Empire can't store every bit of data that crosses the HoloNet. A HoloNet archive does exist, however. The Titan Rings, a massive self-maintaining repository of all galactic communications.
By your tone, I'm guessing visitors are discouraged.
About a century ago, an entrepreneur cyberformed the Titan IV moon into an enormous databank designed to listen and record. It was operated by droids and protected by mercenary contract. Like all archives, it ran out of space. Thus, the Titan Rings, a fleet of wrecked starships salvaged for the purpose of data storage. They orbit the moon, still recording, still protected by the mercenaries.
You said the archive was founded by an entrepreneur. Who's behind it? What's the purpose?
No one knows. Most stories credit a Hutt richer than Sin or an Alderaanian noble who bankrupted himself setting it up. According to the mercenary contract, the information is to be preserved for historical use in a few centuries' time. In other words, no one gets their hands on it.
This can't be the first time someone realized the archive's value.
No, but negotiations aren't well received, and a full assault could damage the databanks. Cipher 8 died escaping our last infiltration. The conspirators' recording is located in Archive Node 803A, a derelict Imperial transport ruined in the Battle of Drakenwell. Watchers 6, 7, and 9 will guide you once you're aboard. I want that conference recording, Cipher. Keep it out.
That's all pretty self-explanatory, so we're just going to go in there and get some recordings and try to get some proof about the shadow. Look, you understand it all. I don't have to go through that. But what we don't really understand is the implications of what happened on the end of Belsavis there, which is what we're going to talk about. There's a lot of crazy crap that went down, and it completely changes the way the galaxy works. But we'll talk about that right after we're done listening to this.
This is Watcher 6 to Cipher 9. You have accessed Node 803A of the Titan Rings HoloNet archive. Transmitting mission parameters.
This is Watcher 7. Download data fragments from assigned terminals so we may decrypt and reconstruct the conspirator communication.
This is Watcher 9. You have authorization to terminate anyone who interferes. It is our privilege to work with you.
So what we learned was that an organization named the Star Cabal runs the universe. They orchestrate all of the dealings with the Empire, with the Republic, with everything neutral. They seek information, they seek technology, and they seek the betterment of basically themselves. And all of their crazy crap that they end up collecting, they had put a lot of it in the vault that we went into on Belsavis, which is kind of cool because, you know, we were able to get Scorpio out of that, and she'll be a huge help in this entire thing. Now, the Hunter, he works for the Star Cabal, so that's his employers. That is a huge deal, that everything in the galaxy is orchestrated by these guys. It's not outside of the realm of possibility, but it is a big deal. What that means for my character is suddenly his motives shift, right? So previously, he's trying to go after, and you'll learn about this a little bit this weekend and the next weekend on the Trellis of the Eidolon stuff, or more about it, but he's trying to go after Rorschach, which is the person, it's a Jedi-knight in my legacy who killed his wife and murdered a ton of innocent people, and is searching for basically a way to come up with a way to live forever, dark-sided stuff, you know, that kind of thing.
Accessing first data fragment. Applying preliminary decryption algorithm.
Got the call, but make it quick. I don't want to be missed.
93% likelihood speaker is designate Hunter.
Proceed with the operation, Cipher 9. We will continue reconstruction attempts.
So what this means for Koliya is that his priorities have shifted, you know. So the whole thing with Rorschach attacking and killing his wife and a ton of innocent people, that could have been orchestrated by the Star Cabal. In fact, a lot of this could be. They're probably searching for this way to have like eternal life, to live forever in this world without having to do dark-sided stuff. Now, Rorschach may not know about all of that, but that could be what's going on. So Koliya has to think on his head, or in his head right now, like, okay, well, what's the priority here? Is it to take out Rorschach, or to figure out what the heck the Star Cabal's doing? Because the Star Cabal could be the reason why his wife died in the first place. Huh?
Accessing second data fragment. Modifying decryption algorithm.
This will, of course, be my final appearance at these gatherings, but the galaxy I leave behind.
No voice print identification available. Reconstruction incomplete.
Now, I'm not necessarily saying that's what happened. I'm just saying that's a possibility, and Koliya has to recognize that, and he has to think through this. So instead of being that Imperial agent that he needs to be, being an agent of stealth and discretion, he knows that he's being stealth and discreet to people who are probably playing to the hands of the Star Cabal anyway, so it doesn't really matter anymore. What really matters is him finding out who these people are and taking them down, which oddly enough doesn't require discretion. It requires the exact opposite. It requires him to make noise and have them come out at him.
Accessing third data fragment. Attempting playback.
My sympathies. With the old man lost, the next enforcer will be difficult to train.
Experiencing data corruption. We will hope the last fragment provides redundancy.
Now, discretion will still be useful, but in situations at the end of Belsavis where he let those prisoners go, where he normally would have killed them, it's more like he needs allies in this fight that will help him against people who have been puppeting the entire galaxy. Now, obviously, I've said that he becomes the puppet of my legacy, and there is a tie-in there, and we'll learn about that at the end of Chapter 3, but we're not quite there yet. I just wanted to make you aware of all the dealings and what's going on in his head.
Accessing fourth data fragment. Splicing now.
I am here. All is ready.
This is Keeper. Cipher, get out of there. Reinforcements are on the way, and there's nothing more you can do.
You're sure you have the full recording?
Hard to be certain, but we think so. The Watchers will try to reconstruct the holoconference back at headquarters. Come to Drum and Cast as soon as possible, and we'll figure out our next move. Keeper out.
Now, normally I would continue this video and do, because it's only almost a 14-minute video. Usually I would do the next bit where I, end this and get on to the next planet, which is Voss. And I'm going to do my obligatory I hate Voss kind of thing, but that's not important right now. In fact, actually, I'm out-leveled on Voss, because I've done an XP boost the entire time I've been leveling, so in fact I could skip over all the normal Voss quests, so I get to only experience the agent quest, which is really nice because you know how much I would rage there, especially those of you who've been around a while. That's not important. What is important is knowing that the stuff that comes next gets really spoilery for who Koliya is and what happens in the Legacy. So once again, as I said in the previous episode, if you haven't watched the rest of the series, you probably should. In fact, I would suggest going back and watching all of the stuff, the Trooper, the Jedi-knight, actually in order, the Smuggler, the Jedi-knight, the Trooper, that stuff, the Inquisitor, because all of this gets tied in very well at the end here, and I just want to make sure I save you from any spoilers.